So now that hopefully we have mastered writing equations given a point and a slope, we're going to kind of add a component to this. So we're going to be writing equations given a point and then a parallel or a perpendicular line. So we're given either of those. The formula, the point slope form is going to remain the same. So y minus y1 or y value equals m, our slope, then in parentheses x minus x1 or the x value. Okay, so this formula is going to stay exactly the same, so if you need to jot that down, then obviously you can. Okay, but a couple things that we need to talk about before we do example 1. First of all, these two lines are parallel, okay? So we're talking about parallel lines to begin with. Two lines that are parallel, they never ever touch. Notice their rise over their run is exactly the same. So parallel lines have slopes that are the same. Okay, literally exactly the same. So if two lines are parallel, their slopes are the same. Don't have to worry about it. Okay, now the next thing down here, we have perpendicular lines, which we should know intersect at a right angle. Okay, so perpendicular lines. Okay, sorry, the space isn't quite big enough. So perpendicular lines have slopes that are the opposite of the same, right? So they're opposites, and they are called opposite reciprocals, okay? They're called opposite reciprocals. So as parallel lines have slopes that are exactly the same, perpendicular lines have slopes that are complete opposites, okay? And here's an example. Say a slope is 2 over 3. If you're talking about a line that's perpendicular, it's going to be the complete opposite of this. Okay, so not only is it going to go from positive to negative, it's also going to flip. Okay, so the 3 will be on the top and the 2 will be on the bottom. Okay, so opposite reciprocals mean that the sign changes. That's the opposite part. So it went from positive to negative. And it also flips around. Okay, so perpendicular lines have complete opposites, and parallel lines have slopes that are the same. Okay, now we can move on to example 1. Now that we know that. Okay, so we wanted an equation of a line through the point 4, 2. Here's my x value. Here's my y. Parallel to y equals negative 3/4 x minus 5. We know parallel lines have slopes that are the same, okay? Therefore, our slope, or m, is negative 3/4. Okay, so now I can plug that stuff in to my formula. I have my point and I have my slope. So y minus, my y value is 2, y minus 2, equals my slope, which is negative 3/4, and then in parentheses x minus my x value, which is 4. Okay, so here's my point slope form. Y minus 2 equals negative 3 over 4 times x minus 4. This right here is the point slope form. Okay, this is point slope. Now I'm going to convert this to slope intercept, right? So I've got to distribute. I've got to get rid of these parentheses. So negative 3/4 times x is negative 3/4. Negative 3/4 times negative 4 is positive 3. Negative 3/4 times negative 4 is positive 3. Bring down the y minus 2. I'll move this negative 2 over by adding it. And I get y equals, I've got, whoops, I forgot my x here. Negative 3/4 x. Okay, 3 plus 2 is 5. This is my slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b.